Hello, loves. Gonna wait until a couple people pop on. Okay. So, I went ahead and logged on to Facebook, on somewhere else. That way I can see comments in case they don't pop up. Hi, Eva. How are you, love? Can everybody hear me okay? I know I have music playing in the background. If it's too loud, please tell me. I'm kind of in a cleaning frenzy today, so. Hi, Jody. How are you, hon? But, without further ado... Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure that the music wasn't too loud. Okay, so, are you ready to hear about my gorgeous goddess? So, again, hello, Starlights. I wanted to talk to you. Hi, Tanessa. How are you, love? Hi, Sarah. So, I wanted to talk to you about my wonderful goddess, Gaia, and how I work with her, some of the offerings I normally do, and, you know, just the things to know, really. So, first of all, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of mythology that when I first started learning about Gaia and working with her, I found it kind of crazy. And you'll see why. So, she was created with two other gods. And for the longest time, she was the only female goddess. She was actually born of chaos. She, you know, she wasn't... Sorry, it was getting cold. So she was born of chaos. She was not always love and light. She actually knows the darkness because she was born from it. Hi, Ellen. How are you, love? So, I know, it's crazy. A gorgeous goddess like Gaia being born of chaos. So, I just had to do that one. So, she was created, again, with two male entities or deities, which was Tartarus, which was the pit or the underworld, and Eros, which was the god of love. He was, well, I shouldn't say god of love. He was the embodiment of love before Aphrodite. So, when she was born, she brought forth the sky, the mountains, and the sea, and the god Uranus. Now, as we all know, gods and goddesses have a little thing of incest going on. Not all of them, but a good portion of them. So, excuse my wording on here, but after hooking up with Uranus, Gaia gave birth to the first races of the divine beings. So, the three Cyclopses, which when I first learned, I didn't know that Cyclopses were the first. I always thought it was something else. So, I forgot where I was. I'm so sorry. The three Cyclopses were one-eyed giants named Brunet, Argus, and Sterpos. The three excuse me if I mispronounce this. I can never pronounce this correctly. The three Heterochneires, Hektoncheires, had 100 hands. And of course, finally, the 12 Titans, led by Kronos, which eventually became the elder gods of the Greek mythology. Uranus wasn't happy about the three Cyclops children, so he actually forced them back inside of Gaia. And as any strong woman, she was pretty pissed off about it. Whew. So, she actually persuaded Kronos to castrate his father. Funny story if you're Zeus. Sorry. I'm just cracking jokes today. I am so sorry. Hi, Kate. How are you, love? So, she actually persuaded Kronos to castrate his father, Uranus. And, as all of us know, Gaia had told Kronos, later down the line after he castrated his father, that he would actually be overthrown by his children, which caused Kronos to go into a crazy mental state and actually devour his children, all except Zeus, which Gaia's daughter Rhea, which was Zeus's wife, actually hid Zeus and actually fed Kronos a rock instead. So he ended up overtaking, everything. And he ate them, and a war started between the Olympians and the Titans. Gaia was actually the main Titan that the gods, that we know, they spared her, that way she could spring life back into the earth after everything was destroyed for that time. Before, if I'm not mistaken, she wasn't banished to Tartarus, but she was put in a very jail-like state along with everybody else. So yeah. So that's all I have for the little bit of mythology. And moving on, does anybody have any questions before I go on? I'd love to hear them. If not, I can go ahead and, keep going. So I'll give it a couple of seconds if you guys have any questions about the mythology part. I'm a stickler for mythology, so you can ask away. If I don't see them right away, I will answer them as I go. So yeah. Ways to honor her, even if you don't work with her, are clean up places that have been neglected. To be clean, like kind of on the side of the highway. No problem, Beth. We're talking about Gaia, love. She's one of the goddesses that I work with. So back to what I was saying. You can clean up, like, say, the alleyway by your house, or maybe you just see like a house that's been abandoned for a little bit and you see like trash around it. That's a way that you can honor her. And a lot of the time, most of us already do this. I know I do. Hi Monica, how are you, love? We actually do a lot of things in the spring that honor Mother Gaia. By planting, our gardens full of flowers or vegetables or something like that. Sorry. I hate ads. I am so sorry, ladies. So we can celebrate or honor her, like, planting a garden or even planting trees. Or we can even get together with people who celebrate Earth Day and just help out. Like cleaning up the streams and stuff like that. I know there's a girl here. She actually adopted a river, if I'm not mistaken. And she sat there and she named it after Gaia. So I was like, beat me to the punch. But those are some ways of honoring her if you don't work with her. So some of the symbols associated with her are, of course, the earth, as she is the physical embodiment of the earth, along with matrons, fruits, grains, a cornucopia, a sickle or a scamander. Sorry if I mispronounced that wrong. Beth Wall says, little man likes to walk around the parks and our neighborhood to pick up the soda cans. He knows we are sick. See? you're honoring Gaia without even really doing much, you know? So, as I was saying, fruits, grains. Funny, Monica, that you said you wanted to plant some fruit trees. She gotcha. Some of the powers associated with her are the ability to create life, as she is known to be a fertility goddess. She's a bit more on the, referring back to our lovely Sarah's, dream life. Yeah, dream magic life. She also does a lot of prophecy magic. She is also associated with being a guardian of children and plants, as she also associates with being an opposer of cruelty. So, like, ways that you could think about, like, being an opposer of cruelty is like poachers. She can't stand them. And just, like, things like that. And she is also known as the goddess of bestower of dreams. So, with that one, if you haven't already, please watch our lovely Sarah's live, because she talks a lot about dream magic, and Gaia goes hand in hand with dreams. I know I have some pretty weird dreams myself. Sometimes I have to meditate with Gaia. It's just me. But colors. A lot of the time, especially for me, I am very, very, very color coordinated. If you're one of my pen pals or something like that, you'll notice I always have 3 different colors on my wax seals or something like that. I am very, very into color magic. And oftentimes I don't think of, like, the properties of something. I always think of the colors. Like, as we all know, black is for protection. You know, green is, you know, prosperity. So, forgive me, but I did put in all the colors associated with Gaia that, I'm still working on her altar. And I'll probably flip it around because she's always on my desk. But I'm still working on her altar. And a lot of the colors that you'll see, and excuse my poor almost dead blueberry plant, but a lot of the colors that I have are kind of the colors that I list. So some colors associated with this goddess are deep earthy tones, along with light blue and dark blue for the sky and ocean, along with tan. Offerings that you can give her that she associates with that have a strong connection to her are honeysuckle and cypress, along with grains and fresh flowers, as they hold a life force in a way that presents Gaia. The main offerings I do, that unfortunately aren't on my altar because I've had to rearrange a lot of things. So right now she kind of has somewhat of her altar back, but not too much, because I had to move her things to children. They were like, "Ooh, pretty," and I was like, "Ooh, no, please no." Anyway, I'm sorry. So the main offerings that I do are barley, corn, honey cakes, and rice. Crystals associated with her. My mama planted perennials in my garden this weekend. I have bulbs and seeds to plant this week. Hell, Gaia. Yes, ma'am. Tanessa says, Lord knows. I feel you there, Tanessa. So she says, Lord knows my houseplants would die if not for Gaia. So crystals associated with her that have a strong connection to her are black tourmaline, jasper, carnelian, obsidian, smoky quartz, jade, amethyst, ember, jet, any type of agate, along with geodes. But with her being the physical embodiment of the earth, you can give her anything and everything, and it still be an offering for her. A major way that I work with her, or that anybody can really work with her, is grounding work, as in like kind of like meditation and stuff. If you're grounded all the time, that's a great way to connect with her. Elemental workings, if you work with the elements in any way, that's a great one. An individual or group meditation with chanting, and a big part that I'm still learning to do, is breaking your limitations and resistance. So basically what it is like, say you're at a certain level. How I think of it and how I think of my magic is like, I'm at this certain level, and say there's something I want to do, but it's on like the next level or something like that. Go for it. Break your limits. Use the energy that you have in order to get to where you want to be. You know, raise that energy, raise that magic, break that limit that you think that you have, because in Gaia's eyes, there are no limits. There are no, limitations or resistance in what you want. So go for it. She's also big with being yourself. Not hiding from anybody. Be yourself, be who you embody to be. Be who she created you to be. And that's how I think of it. Now, other people might think of it another way. But for me personally, she's all about self-love. She's all about, think of yourself as your own goddess. Are there any questions? I know I was kind of moving fast. Are there any questions that you have? And if I'm going too fast, ladies, please don't be afraid to tell me. Yeah, Monica, that's pretty much how I was. I've been working with Gaia for about 3 years now. And the work that I do with her, it's just, I hate to be this person, and you guys can laugh at me all you want, but I kind of feel like, poison ivy. I have like a crap ton of plants and everything else around my house. So, I mean, you do you, babe. You do you. Hello, Ronette. How are you, love? Speaking of gods and goddesses, does anyone know of any that work with paranormal / ghosts? It doesn't matter what path. If I'm not mistaken, please don't quote me. If I'm not mistaken, Beth, I believe Hecate has a lot to do with spirits. Please don't quote me. I'm barely working with her. But I would go back into the group and look at Kathy's live about Hecate. I know, not too sure about Lilith, as I'm still learning and barely working with her too. And I know Yamaya is mainly an ocean goddess, which is the other deity I worship. And as far as I know, the only spirits that she actually works with or goes to are the men and women lost at sea. Yeah, Hades is a good one. I'm not too sure about anybody. Anubis. My head went blank even though our lovely Chrome Crystal mentions them all the time. Anubis is a great one. He is an Egyptian one. I can't remember who else. Yeah, I can't remember who else. But, I hope that answers your question, Beth. Tanessa, all crystals come from the earth, well, mostly, so stones are all good for Gaia. Yes. That's kind of why I said, you can pretty much give her, like, any herb, any crystal, and it still count as an offering, because she is kind of everything. She's everything and anything, really. Sarah, with most that I do, would you think that she was my deity? But no, I do talk to her, but that's it. Yeah, a lot of the times, a lot of people just kind of, you know, they honor her in their own little way, even though they don't work with her. So I mean, it's fine, it's good, it's gravy. Oh. I know Hades is in the underworld, and so far that's the closest I have been able to find. Yeah, like I said, Anubis, and a couple of others. What drove you to work with Gaia? So, funny story. When I started working with her, and I don't know if any of you have watched or rewatched my interview, but going back to it, my little brother, unfortunately passed on, before he was able to take his first breath. And he would be 5 this year, if I'm not mistaken. So, what drove me to work with her, and, you know, me being a baby witch during, or not really during that time, but still kind of finding my own path. I was playing with fire. I'm not gonna lie, I was playing with fire. And when I came across the green path, it fit. You know, there were plants, there were herbs, there were so many things that connected to Gaia. So the more I researched on my path, the more and more I noticed Gaia was popping up. Now, I just thought it was the algorithm. Stupid fly. Sorry. I just thought it was the algorithm for the longest time. And then I started, you know, kind of getting this feeling. Every time I heard Gaia, it was like I had a pit in my stomach. Anytime, and even during like the most random times, somebody would bring her up and wait. Sorry. I'm flailing around like a psycho person on camera. I am so sorry, ladies. It's the fly. So this girl, I do not associate with her, like, at all anymore. But, mainly because we didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. But she actually started searching every deity who went with the clauses that she was looking for. So I think, like, one of them was Kronos, which I could see that. And like a couple of others. I hate to put it like this, but now that I'm thinking about it, it's actually pretty funny. She was searching gods and goddesses that work with daddy issues. If that makes sense. So she was looking for those. She actually ended up finding the deity that was actually calling to her. So I'm not saying you should try this, but if it helps, I hope it does. That's just me. Keep asking, someone will answer your question. Yes. Especially meditation. If you get into a deep meditation, I've had this happen before when I was about 5 years in. I was at a place called Job Corps, and that's when Lilith first came to me, but at the time I was a DD, and I didn't think anything of it. So, you know, until someone said, hey, you're a daughter of Lilith. I was like, I don't know who the hell or what the hell you're talking about, but more power to you, buddy. And then fast forward now, you know, watched Crystal's live, did her little meditation, and it slapped me in the face. So, you know, just, and a lot of the times, especially with like deep meditations, you'll hear or you will find exactly what you're looking for. And sometimes you won't. It just all depends on if they're ready. In your case, love, they sound more than ready. So I would just start researching, and normally it'll stick out like a sore thumb. You'll get a pit feeling, in some of my cases, I'll get like a shiver down my spine or something like that. So just keep going for it, keep reaching for it, and it'll definitely answer your question, like Ronnie said. Tree bark, pine ones, nuts, wildflowers, for sure. Rainwater are some of the things I use for offerings. Yeah, and those are really good ones too. Oh no, you're okay, Ronnie. You're fine. I'm still trying to learn to get over it. But it just takes time. Thank you though, love. Shoe fly. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. See, I love you ladies. I love you women with a passion because, you know, even though I can't see you or hear you, the comments that you guys give just, it makes my day. It makes my day. Sarah Lee, I'll catch the rest later. Many blessings. Oh, no problems, love. See you later. Jody, you gotta love the slaps in the face. I'm telling you, and sometimes they hit you harder than what you expect them to. Alright, loves. So, without a further ado, I did want to... Oh! Beth Wall says, you have to be careful with meditation since I'm super sensitive to spirits and energies. So I'm sure they might have tried when spirits were around. Yeah, especially with empaths, it's really, really kind of difficult to really like tone in to who's exactly trying to speak with you. I know I've had problems like that in the past. So if meditations don't work for you, find something that does. Like I said, the girl I don't associate with anymore, she researched it until she caught the name that was actually calling out to her. Sorry, ladies. But yeah, she looked at every single sorry. She looked at every single deity that dealt with daddy issues, until she actually found the one that was actually calling out to her. Now, I'm not saying that will work for everybody, but it did in her case. And oh my goodness, I am so sorry. And if it helps, I hope it does. But yeah, see if you can't find, like, oh my gosh, Jody. No, I didn't swallow fly, love. Although I do have a tickle in my throat. So, yeah, see, find the methods that work for you. That's, that's what our paths are for. Finding the things that work for us and knowing the things that don't. You just gotta kind of find the balance in between. Alright, loves. So, I wanted to share a prayer for Gaia that I have always, and I still always say, especially if I'm, like, walking out of the house, early in the mornings for, like, a jog or something. This is just one that I say. I do not know the author. I wish I did. But unfortunately, I don't. So here it goes. It goes, I offer all of my prayers for her that I fell in love with. It says, sorry, I repeated the same damn line. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I offer all of my prayers to thee, my respect and gratitude. And may this be a conscious oath to protect you and to honor you. As I recognize the great need for your healing, may your fields be rich and your soil fertile, and may they be sown and reaped with care. May your mountains attest to your splendor and strength, and your valleys hum with the lullaby of your receptive embrace. May your oceans, waters, rivers, and glaciers be pure and nourishing as the lifeblood of the planet. May your air be clean and free of toxins, that all may breathe deeply and fully the great life force. May your turning invoke an understanding of all cynical things in nature, of growth and decay, of planting and harvest, of karmic cycles, and that as we give, so do we receive. May your children learn to care for you and love you, and to teach their children the same. You are the earth, and I am your child. So it is. And that is the end of the prayer. That's one of the main ones that I love to my core. And there are hundreds out there, but this is just the one I choose to follow. That is all I have for you, lovely ladies. And I might be taking a page out of our lovely Chrome Crystals book and doing an incense blend for her. I'm not too sure when, but I hope to do it relatively soon. Are there any other questions for you lovely ladies? Anything that you wish to ask? Anything that you can think of? I will be posting one book that I have gotten recently. It is called Gaia, Body and Soul. And I'll post it in the comments along with, I've lost my train. I swear. I'm a DTD today, guys, and normally I'm not like that. I do apologize, but somebody is trying to grab my attention by making me zone out. Also, ladies, please do not forget the disclaimer. Unfortunately, that will be in the comments as well, to protect our info and stuff like that, as you loves already know. Granny says, so I know we don't talk politics. Don't you think COVID cleaned our earth? It's kind of hard to say. I'm not too big on that side of things. I know that it did take a toll. In my personal opinion, it might have made her sick. There was a time, well, I guess I'm not done yet. There was a time that, recently I could not reach Gaia. And call me silly, but I almost broke out into tears. Because here recently, the Fae no longer call to me. They are no longer a part of my practice. And I've had deities before where I have finished their workings and it's time for them to say goodbye. And I've broken down into tears. And I thought my time was done with her. And there was for a good hour that I was crying because I could not feel her energy. I could not reach her. And my fiance comes home to see, me bawling on the bed. He's like, what's wrong? I was like, I can't feel Gaia. I can't find her. But needless to say, I'm still working with her. She did not go away. But in my personal opinion, I think COVID kind of wiped out her energy. But that's just me. That's not everybody. So, I mean, I think right now she's taking the rest that she needs. Just, even though we may do the things that we do with, like, pollution and stuff like that, that's why it's important in my practice. Exactly, Tanessa. She is still healing. And that is why it is so important in my practice that I try to do everything I can, especially to help her. If I see that people are doing volunteer work to go help clean up, like, our city or something, I'm the first one on that list. Because I know my goddess will appreciate it. And don't get me wrong, all your goddesses and gods, they all appreciate everything that you guys do. I promise you. But in my personal practice, that's just me. Again, and I keep saying this and I probably sound like a broken record, but it's just what feels right to me. So I hope that answers your question, Ronnie. If not, I don't mind you personal messaging me and, stuff like that. On Maui, the oceans flourished. Yes. I'm not too big on Hawaiian mythology, although I do tend to go towards, like, Roman, Persian, and here lately, Welsh. I got a bunch of, like, Welsh and Celtic books right now. So who knows? I'm just going wherever and whatever calls to me right now. But for Gaia, she's my main jam. And without her, I'll probably be like, I don't meant to offend any crunchy peanut butter people, but I'll be like crunchy peanut butter because I don't like it. I'm sorry. But Gina says, sorry, at the doctor office, getting my foot checked out and a tetanus shot. Oh no, love, I am so sorry. I don't think I saw that earlier. I hope you're okay. I'll catch the replay. No worries, love. It'll be here always. Okay. So I will show you the little setup that I have for Gaia right now. And then I will be hopping off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Monica. And then I will be hopping off. If you lovely ladies want to know anything else about Gaia, don't be afraid to PM me. I will gladly answer your questions and I will point you in that direction. But without further ado, like I said, it is a bit small, but for the things that I'm doing to my altar room right now for all of my deities, she's sitting on my desk for right now. So this is a little setup I have. Honey, all types of crystal trees. Please don't mind my poor almost dead blueberry. I have sage, I have candles, and just a crap ton of crystals. So, but that's it. That's all I have for you lovely ladies. And like I said, please don't be afraid to PM me if you want to know more. Or if you need any advice or anything at all. Even if it's just an issue and you just want to talk, PM me, I got you. So without further ado, loves, and my lovely starlights, mwah, I bid you a good night and blessed be.